Welcome back. You are tuned in to Kitchen Talk with Chef Big Bang, Season 3. Let me say it again. You are tuned in to Kitchen Talk with Chef Big Bang, Season 3, Episode 52. Okay, so I just made these stuffed bell peppers, quinoa stuffed bell peppers, and we were gonna sit down at the table and I was gonna do a live food test for y'all, a live taste test for y'all, and I got a phone call. So I had to rush through my food taste test. I had to do it real quick. We were not able to sit down at the table. Um, Everything was okay. Phone call wasn't a big deal. And I was thinking, I was like, you know what? I was gonna do another live stream, like a totally different concept. But I was like, why don't I just come back and have dinner with the foodie gang and really sit down at the table like I originally wanted to? So here we are, foodie gang. So, mm. Okay, and this is, I made two different batches. The first batch I did try it for you guys. In the second batch, this is the second batch that I made, and just look at that. Just looks good. So, and yes, I did taste it for y'all, but like I said, we had to rush through it. I wanted to originally sit down and really, talk to y'all, really taste it for y'all, and let y'all know how it is. Now, I remember one of you was asking me, one of the foodie gang was asking me, they were like, do you really eat your food or do you just cook it and that's it? I was like, I eat my food. Look, this is my dinner right here. So, yes, I just made these stuffed bell peppers. I still haven't had time to put the recipe up, but I will put the complete recipe up. And I just wanted to come back and, sit down with the foodie gang at this table and really taste this for y'all. So, I'm going to try the green bell pepper first. I'm going to try the green bell pepper first. Look at that. And these just came out of the oven, so it's still hot and still steaming. And shout out to the foodie gang. Hit the like button on your way in. You can donate to the channel. Keep the stove on by sending the super chat. So here we go. And I do not watch scary movies, so I don't even, y'all. I don't watch scary movies. And honestly, I don't really watch movies that much anymore. I really don't have enough time to like sit down and watch a whole movie. So I watch a lot of like YouTubers, like the short clips. You know what I'm saying? Mm mm mm. Mm mm mm. What is your favorite movie, you guys? What movies do you like to watch? Okay, so delicious. There we go. Mm mm mm. It's just so good. And the bell peppers, you guys have eaten bell peppers. A lot of like juice comes off of them. So when I'm taking this bite, I'm getting like that moisture and the juice from the bell peppers, and it's so Mm-mm. Well, let y'all know. When you're in the chat, be on your best behavior. If you're not, you're just gonna get blocked. We're gonna keep moving on. This 907 goodies. We don't got time for the foolishness. We are about the content and we are about the food that is being served. Yeah. So with that being said, be on your best behavior. But y'all, quinoa stuffed bell peppers. And I just made these for y'all on live. A lot of people don't like to cook on live because I'm gonna be honest with you guys, it's very nerve wracking because if you mess up, everyone's there to watch you mess up. So it's very, very nerve wracking. But I cook on live for y'all so that y'all can learn from my mistakes and my accomplishments. My mistakes and my accomplishments. So go. And so I have a lot of the filling in here, and the filling has quinoa, corn, tomatoes in it, onions, garlic. It's so yummy. Mm-mm-mm. Okay. This is the green bell pepper. And like I was telling you guys before, each bell pepper gives off a different taste. So we're gonna move over to the yellow bell pepper and we're gonna see what that one tastes like. We're gonna see what that one tastes like. And I gotta blow on it because it's so hot. Here we go. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. Okay. I was gonna go back to the green, but I remember what I just said. So I have a little piece left here that I'm gonna eat. And quinoa's really good for you. Uh, I need to eat more quinoa because of it's good for you. So I need to eat more quinoa and more vegetables in my diet. Okay, that piece is like really, really big. I'm gonna cut it up. I cut it in half. And y'all, tomorrow we're gonna be doing breakfast. We're gonna be making a smoothie bowl. We finna see what it's hitting for. Um, yeah. It's so tender, so juicy. It's just like falling apart. Okay, here we go. Got a little bit of the bell pepper and a little bit of that quinoa filling, and it just fell. Mmm. Ooh, that's good. And I cooked the first batch for about 30 minutes and the second batch for about 45 minutes. So you guys can see the difference in the bell pepper, like I was telling you. If you want your vegetables to be softer, you can cook them for longer. And if you still want them to have a little bit of crunch, cook them for shorter. And Hawk said, "You're back." Yes, Hawk, I'm back already. I got the phone call. Everything was okay. And I was like, you know what? I was going to do another live stream with a totally different concept. But then I was like, I just need to come back and finish this one out because I had to rush off of the live stream and I wasn't done talking. Y'all, you know what? when people interrupt me, I feel like I still need to say my sentence and I still need to say what I got to say. So yes, Hawk, I am back and thank you for coming back as well. Um, and I did a quick little taste, but I had to go. Now I want to try every pepper with y'all, each color, so what I'm saying, we can tell the difference between each of the colors. So we back. So Hawk said right one. Yes, and I was like, why am I gonna do another live stream when I didn't really get to finish this one how I wanted to? Because I wanted to sit down at the table with y'all. So episode 53 and episode 52 we cooked these bell peppers together. I'm gonna try the yellow bell pepper and we're gonna see what it's hitting for. Mmm. Hawk, that's a good question. She said, which one is the best? Okay, I haven't tried the red yet, but what I noticed is that the yellow one is sweeter than the green one. And the green one has more of a savory taste. And I think this is why they use the green and red a lot in Cajun food. And when I had it stuffed with dirty rice, it was in a green bell pepper. Because the yellow one's a little bit more sweeter. I have not tried the red one. I think the red is the only one I didn't try yet. I tried the green, and honestly, my favorite so far is gonna be the green one. But let's try the red one and let's see what the red one tastes like because each bell pepper gives off a different taste. So we're gonna cut the red one and we're gonna see what the red one hit for. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, put some money on the table, donate to the channel as well. Keep the stove on so I can continue to cook. Y'all, here we go. Let's cut. Okay, so I'm cutting the red one. The red one I cooked for 30 minutes. The other one's for 45 minutes. So when I'm cutting it, you guys can kind of hear that crunch. And depending on how you like your bell peppers, will tell you how long you can cook it for, or you should cook it for. If you like it soft and you want your bell peppers to be soft, cook it for 30 minutes. If you want your bell peppers, I mean, sorry, I said it wrong. If you want your bell peppers to be soft, cook it for 45 plus minutes. If you want your bell peppers to have a little bit of crunch still, do 30 minutes. I know y'all foodie gang. Okay, so here we go. Mmm. Okay. And Hawk said, green gives me heartburn. Wow. Okay, so the red one, it wasn't sweet or savory. It was kind of in the middle. Um, the red one is giving me Italian food. Like it's reminding me of that. Let me taste it again. But I think that green is holding it down. I think the green stuffed bell pepper is my favorite one. It's just giving it a nice like savory taste. But the red one, let me taste it again. Taste it again. Sometimes you gotta taste stuff twice to really like lock in those flavors and to really pinpoint what you are tasting. Y'all, it's serious here. It's serious here at 907 Goodies. Hmm. And Fia said green is the best in my opinion. I agree. I think the green stuffed bell pepper is my favorite one, hands down. The red would be my second favorite. And I would say the yellow stuffed bell pepper is like my least favorite. It's just like too sweet, in my opinion. But the red one isn't bad. Like if someone gave me a green or a red, I'll be okay. But you guys, I never realized how much the flavor can be impacted by the color of bell pepper that you have. The red is not bad though. I mean the red is not bad. I would eat the red. Let me try the red again. And I don't know, y'all. I think the green is my favorite. It's my most favorite one. I think it just complements the quinoa, the Big Bank taco seasoning so well. I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't mute my notifications. Let me go ahead and hit some. And then I cannot pronounce your name. A. I'm just gonna say A. But let me turn off my notifications. Cause y'all know I be on Facebook. If you're on Facebook, join my group, Chef Big Bang Foodiegang fan page. I be on Facebook. My phone be going off all day long with the notifications. Okay, you can say Fia. Okay, so when I said it the first time, it was right. Okay, I stuffed this with quinoa, corn, onions, fresh tomatoes, and parsley and garlic. Big Bang taco seasoning, salt and pepper. And in episode 51, I made these stuffed bell peppers for you guys on live. I have not had the time to put that recipe in, but I will. And when I say I just cooked these, wasn't even 2 hours ago. We was on here on live cooking. I got a phone call, so I had to go. And I said, you know what? I'm not gonna do my foodie game like that. I'm gonna come back and sit down at the table like I originally wanted to, and we're gonna talk about it. Green is my favorite. The red one isn't bad, but I can't put my finger on the taste quite yet. So let me go. Hmm. It's good though. All of these are good. And I recommend that if you're going for a sweeter taste, you can try the yellow bell pepper. If you're going for a really, really savory taste, try the green. The red one is not bad. It's kind of like a middle of the road, but the green is my favorite. And Coach Ferg in the building said, looking good, and the taste is tasting pretty good. I got quinoa stuffed bell peppers. Um, and Fia, I did not use meat. This recipe is gluten free and vegetarian. I did not use meat this time, but if you want to add meat to this recipe, use ground beef or ground turkey. If you're someone that eats pork, you can use ground pork too. And Fia said, I've had the ones in Costco. I absolutely hate them. Are they already like pre-stuffed? Sometimes I will say Costco do be having some good deals when they be having like the sandwich and the salad like pre-made. It was like I think it's like a turkey croissant sandwich and a salad. You know what? I may have to get that for us and review that on live. We might have to talk about Costco food, like the prepackaged food. Some of it is good, but I've never got like the stuffed bell peppers. I know sometimes they have like chicken wings. I haven't tried those like already pre-made in sauce, but I know y'all know about them Costco rotisserie chicken. If you know why the Costco rotisserie chicken, put chicken in the chat. And Fia said yes, they overdo it with tomato sauce. And then instructions say to cook it 40 to 50 minutes. And the stuffed bell peppers became like mush. That's why I was saying, like, Fia, like, if you want your stuffed bell peppers with a little bit of crunch, do 30 minutes. If you want them to be like soft and cooked, do 45 minutes. So it kind of depends on how you like your vegetables, because everyone doesn't like them soft and mushy, but some people do. For me, um, I don't want mush. Like, ugh, it's nasty. And Donna, hey, how are you doing? And Fia said the Costco stir fry and their chicken tacos are the best. I've had like the frozen stir fry, but I've never got one of like the pre-packaged. But them Costco rotisserie chicken where they roast it in the oven be so good. Oh, and then Hawk said probably got waterlogged from being frozen. So let me ask you this, Via. The stuffed bell peppers, are they like pre-packaged and they're warm, or are they frozen? And yes, keep the stove on by sending a super chat with your thoughts or a Zelle. But them Costco rotisserie chicken, I don't know what it is, and this is all allegedly in my opinion, but every time I get vegetables or fruit from Costco, they go bad quickly. And I don't know if that's because I'm in Alaska, but do you guys experience that too? Like that the fruits and vegetables go bad quickly, or maybe that's because I'm where I'm at. I don't know. I don't know. But my favorite store to get vegetables from and fruit is Fred Meyer's. Okay. Mmm. This green bell pepper, so good. But you know what? I'm glad I had all these different colors so that I could taste each one and explain to you guys what it tastes like and what the difference in the bell peppers in the color will do to taste. And Thea said they are fresh. Hawk said, oh wow. And Thea said, I just cooked it following instructions because I wasn't sure if the meat was fully cooked. Most of the time when you get stuff like that, the meat will be fully cooked. But Fia, making stuffed bell peppers at home is super easy. Um, and you know, sometimes I know that we get things that are like pre-made because of time, but if you have time, they're super easy to make. Got my water here. If you are a content creator, you know that anytime you pull up to a live, you need to have some water. And Fisa, I didn't want to take any chances because of all these recalls. It's scary getting pre-made stuff in the store nowadays. You know, I agree with the recall situation. There'll be a lot of recalls. It's like, man. But I don't really get too much of the pre-made stuff just because I'm always cooking. But I like when they have like pre-made sandwiches and stuff. But it's so easy to cook. And if you're someone that wants to cook more, subscribe to my YouTube channel on Facebook. I also have a food group, Chef Big Bang Foodiegang fan page. The links are all attached down below, and I also do have merch. But on this food group, there are over 2,000 members from all over the world. So if you're a home cook and you feel like you're always making the same thing over and over and over, join the group and you can get a lot of ideas as well as sharing your food. And if you have any questions about food or you need any help, that's what this group was created for, was to help people that want to learn how to cook, and also for people that love cooking to be able to share their passion. But I also realized that not everyone grew up cooking not everyone comes from a culinary background. And that's why I created this group so that we can help each other and share ideas and learn from each other and what we all are making, where we all are from, because every region and every state, every country has their own food that is special to that area. They may have different fruits and vegetables, but y'all, I can go on all day about how much I love food. And thank you so much, Dim Hawk, coming through with a $2. Thank you so much for keeping the stove on, and also becoming the sponsor of this live stream. Thank you so much. And also, you guys join the channel. I am also like, I release exclusive content, and I'll give you guys sneak peeks so that you guys can know what is coming next. But thank you so much, Hawk. Thank you so much. And let me fix my phone a little bit because it's moving. Via said, I have made them many times. I have two kids under two, so it was a busy day and I didn't have time to make it fresh. That is totally understandable. And sometimes we are busy moms and we don't have a lot of time. And that's why I say, meal prepping, prepping out food. If you cook some food and you have leftover meat, save it and store it in the freezer, and you never know when you can just use it for a quick dinner for that night. But I definitely agree with, being on a time crunch. And thank you so much. Kelly said that food looks delicious. And thank you so much, Hawk, for supporting the channel. Y'all keep the stove on, keep the stove on. And Hawk said it's scary getting everything. Very true. And that's kind of why you gotta like keep your eye on the recalls, because they be coming out so fast, in my opinion. Like, you be like, dang, I just went to the store and bought that and now it's on the recall. So it's getting wild out here. But before we got here, y'all know how I'll be watching YouTube, and I be listening to when they talk about the food. I heard Trump is gonna change something with the FDA and make it to where the FDA is releasing safer food. But we gotta see. Oh my goodness! And thank you so much to I don't know if I'm saying this right, but Sad. Thank you so much for joining the channel and becoming a member, you guys. We are just launching the membership program. It is gonna get better and bigger and greater, but I'm releasing exclusive content. You also get loyalty badges, and there's personalized emojis. I make all my own graphics. So my all my merch, I make my own graphics. This poster behind me, I created that as well. So join the channel. And Thea said yes, getting pre-made food as of lately has been scary because recalls have been happening way too often. I agree with that. And I was looking up the other day because I got the Foodiegang food panel on Sundays. So I have co-hosts and we get up here and we talk all about food. But I was looking it up. Recently there was a recall on baby formula, and it was just, y'all, it's just like she said, it's getting wild out here. Just be careful. Um, just be careful. It's crazy too. Mm-mm. Y'all, this green bell pepper though, it's so good. And Hawk said, "Wish I had more. More of what?" But shout out to all the members for really like being the backbone of this channel. Shout out to the sponsor of the show. You guys know how food is expensive. And I've been very fortunate enough to be able to continue to keep food on the table and continue to cook. And I hope that things really turn around for us, Foodie Gang. I hope that they really turn around for us. And Fia said, I feel like I'm America. Okay, do you mean in? I feel like I'm America is just so more common because compared to other countries, we just push stuff out without taking the time to inspect stuff. Yes, and I'm gonna have to look more into what Trump wants to do with the FDA because I'll just watch a little bit of it before I got on here. But it kind of was similar to what you're saying. Is like so much bad stuff is being pushed through. I did a live stream where I was talking about fish and seafood fraud. Y'all, let me get some water real quick. Let me tell y'all this tea. So, seafood fraud. Pretty much they're pushing a lot of seafood into our market, and they're not properly inspecting it at the border. And so allegedly a lot of like bad seafood is coming in. And that goes back to what Fia was saying about how they don't even have time to inspect anything because the food is coming in so fast. And Fia said, do you have Aldi Trader Joe's in your area? I am in Alaska and we do not have those two stores, but I went to culinary school in Oregon, and when I lived in Oregon, we did have a Trader Joe's. And I would say Trader Joe's had some great prices on the wine. And they had a lot of like really cool food. Because doesn't Trader Joe's produce a lot of its own food? Correct me if I'm wrong. But Trader Joe's has some good deals on wine. And that store was always super packed with people. And it was really a really popular store when I was in Oregon. And Hawk said, gotta grow our own. Yes, I agree with you, but I'm gonna be honest with y'all, Foodie Gang. Chef Big Bang does not have a green thumb. I can cook the food, but growing it, like I tried before. I'm gonna try. I will try again. Because I'm really determined about this, but I do not have a green thumb. I need like help. I need help. And Fia said, "Make America Healthy Again" campaign. I really hope he really does that. Yes, and I'm gonna do some more research. And you know what? Honestly, Foodie Gang, we will probably do a live stream about the FDA and the changes that Trump wants to make because that goes back directly into what we're doing here, which is cooking food and eating food. So anything about the food, I will educate you guys about and share what I know and what I have learned. So you know what? When I come up here on 907 Good Eats, I be making up live streams. I'm like, we gotta do that, we gotta do that, we gotta do that. But we do need to talk about this FDA thing. And I honestly love subjects like that, and I like to do my little research. So we may have to talk about that. That's a big deal and could really be a game changer for food safety in America. And Fia said their prices are impeccable and their products are so amazing for foodies. Yes, I remember when I would go on Trader Joe's, they would have all type of amazing like combinations, stuff you just don't even see in a regular store. And Hawk said, but all kinds of stuff is recalled. Waffles and lunch meat. I know. That's why before you eat your food, in my opinion, you gotta pray. You gotta pray because you don't know what happened before it got to you. You don't know what happened in the store, what happened on the farm, in the factory. You just don't know. That's why you gotta pray over your food. And Fia said they don't have a lot of preservatives and added ingredients. It's a healthier grocery store. And every time I would go into Trader Joe's, it was always busy. They always had a line. But one thing I would say about Trader Joe's is they always kept the shelf stocked. You know how like Sometimes you go into the grocery store and the shelves be bare, and you could tell like somebody got to restock. Trader Joe's was never like that. It was always well stocked, and there would be so many people in there shopping. And then Hawk said they have recalls every other day. It seems. I know, and then it's just it's getting kind of like, dang, well, what can I eat? And so the food is really tricky these days. And I hope for our sake that something does change, because it's like, how do we have all these recalls? How, like, y'all got to be responsible for this, and it's because of greed, in my opinion. But it's all allegedly here, and for entertainment purposes. But I feel like it's all because of greed, because they want to make as much money as possible. They pushing all this stuff into our food system. But I'm gonna be right here to report on it. Mm-mm. And Fia agrees. She said Trader Joe's always have the store looking neat and stocked and rotating new items. Um, I completely agree with that. Let me drink some water. I was interviewing Dr. Frizzle, and I always tell the story just because it's so important, which is first in, first out. That means that the ingredients, oh my goodness, Slick in the building with the $5. And he said supporting. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And that is going to make Slick the sponsor of the show with the $5. Thank you so much, Slick. And thank you guys so much for supporting me, because I never know how these live streams are gonna go. I made these stuffed bell peppers, got a phone call, had to rush off of my live, and I said, you know what? Let me just do another live eating dinner, because I was gonna do another concept, but I was like, let me just do this. But I'm so glad that you guys enjoy these type of live streams where we can really talk and really chat and really tap in with the Foodie Gang. You know, but thank you so much, Slick. Thank you so much, Hawk, for supporting the channel. And Rome said, "Hello, beautiful. You can cook, girl." Yes, I can. So definitely subscribe to the YouTube channel, and I have revamped the channel as well, so that if you guys are looking for breakfast, lunch, or dinner recipes, there are playlists that are dedicated to those courses. And I want to add an appetizer playlist, but we have to do a little bit more appetizers. But so that you guys, like, it's fast track. So if you're looking for a dinner recipe, you can just come get a recipe for dinner. But thank you so much, Slick. Um, and thank you so much, Ghost. I enjoy everything you do. And Hawk said, send in love. Thank you guys so much, because a lot of time on here, drama, you know, everyone is doing the drama thing. And I'm kind of doing something different. I'm just cooking, talking to the Foodie Gang. So thank you guys so much for supporting me. And Ralph said, are you sharing? Of course. After this live stream, I'm going to give y'all the recipe so y'all can make this at home. Quinoa stuffed bell peppers. And I've been sitting up here talking and talking and talking. But thank you guys so much. Shout out to Slick and Dim Hawk for coming through. And you guys support the channel, and also become a member. What I post exclusive content. You get loyalty badges, emojis, and I also give you guys sneak peeks of what's coming up. And you know what's so crazy? When I first started going live, I didn't know what I was going to talk about. I'm almost at 500 videos in less than a year and a half. It's like, I don't know. I don't know how I come up with this stuff, y'all. But sometimes I be talking to y'all and y'all be giving me great ideas. Angela always coming through with the great ideas. She came through with the appetizers. I believe somebody was asking me for honey barbecue chicken wings. We are going to be doing that probably sometime this next week. We're gonna be doing the honey barbecue wings. So I love when y'all give me ideas, Foodie Gang. Mm-mm-mm. I agree. Hawk said consistency is key. Ooh, that sounds good. Ralph said I made cheeseburger tacos tonight. Ralph, I remember you came and you said you was cooking. What did you put on them? That sounds good. And thank you so much, Hawk. She said keep going. I agree. Consistency is key. And Cute just said hello, beautiful. And Ghost said save some for me. And Slick said, question, what do you do your streaming and editing with? If you guys ever have questions about content creation, feel free to ask them. So I use Canva to do most of my editing. Like all of my videos have been made off of Canva. I recently did get I think it's called CapCut to do voiceovers with. And so, but Canva is what I use for all my graphics, my editing, and then for streaming. I'm using my phone and I'm going straight through the YouTube app. But when I use my laptop, I use StreamYard. With StreamYard, you can stream to multiple social media apps. Like I can stream to YouTube and Facebook, and then you can also stream to TikTok. But on TikTok, you have to have 1,000 followers. My referral code for StreamYard is in the video description. I believe it is. If it's not in this one, it'll be on another one. But yes, StreamYard is really great. There's a couple of different apps, but those are the ones that I use. And I will say that Canva and StreamYard are very user friendly, meaning that a lot of YouTubers use those apps. So, what that means is that it's easier to find how to videos on how to use those apps because everyone is using them. But Canva and StreamYard. And Ralph said, I eat a lot of peppers. Me too. And my sister is always giving me bell peppers. I'm like, Toya, you're a bell pepper hoarder. Why do you always have these bell peppers? And Ghost said, I'm new to social media. And Coop just said, I'm from India. I love you so much, ma'am. And you know what? Shout out to India. You know, India is one of my biggest supporters. And Ghost said, do you have merch? Yes, I do. And the link is pinned to is in the video description. Right now my merch is on Gear Bubble, which is another app, but I'm working on getting it onto Shopify so that I can tag my merch to the video. But y'all, you know, your girl working by herself. Um and Ralph said I had a nice time. I had you on in the kitchen. And Slick said, share the live stream. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate that. And shout out to Lily Honor for coming through. And Slick said, thank you for the info. Yes, if you guys ever have any questions about content creation or food, recipes, you know, feel free to ask them. I do not mind sharing, you know, tips or tricks. And another thing I will say, Ghost, if you want to start content creation, I recommend that you guys watch how-to videos on YouTube. The YouTubers will teach you how to be a YouTuber. And Gupta said, please, please, ma'am, come to India. Okay, so I make children's content, Ava's Playtime. That it her channel is tagged in the video description, but you know what? Believe it or not, India is actually the biggest watcher, or the country that watches Ava's Playtime the most is India. And I could not believe it when I looked at the analytics. But India is such a big supporter of 907 Goodies, Ava's Playtime, and on Facebook as well. And I am so honored that you're inviting me to India. I never imagined I would go to India, but India loves us. So we got to go there one day. And Liliana said, I've been here, laugh a lot. I just didn't comment. I was busy cleaning. Sorry. Don't be sorry. I do it all the time. Because sometimes you got time to watch, but you don't have time to chat. And Ralph said, you are pretty tech savvy. Um, you know what? I honestly wasn't. Until Ava's Playtime was created by her friends. They made Ava's Playtime. They gave me all the information. They told me what apps. I couldn't even make slideshows. Um, I like I said, watch tutorials on how to become a YouTuber. Use Canva. They have a lot of apps. And I could not even make videos until I started making videos. And so before this whole situation before I became a YouTuber, I didn't even make videos. And so my friends and my family are so surprised at how much I was able to learn and how far I've already gotten. But you know what, you guys? It's about being dedicated. It's about being determined. It's about studying. And if you want to be a content creator, study. I would literally watch other YouTubers, like how to videos, and have a notebook. I have a notebook full of notes. And so be a student. Be a student. If you're a student, you're ready to learn. Um and Go said, you're going to India, let's make it happen. Go say you can tour the world. And you know what? I would love to do that. I would love to tour the world and try different foods and meet, other people that share the same passion as me about food. And Kupta said, what do you like about India? I have not been to India, but one of the things I really noticed about India and the people from there is that you guys seem so friendly and so loving, and that so like I really appreciate like the people that I've met from India, and they're so supportive, and it's like, man, can people be like that in America? So loving and supportive of complete strangers. And they are very dedicated. On Facebook, I follow a lot of content creators from India, and they are just so dedicated. And it's just, I would say the people, just so friendly, so inviting, so supportive. Ooh, keyboarder, how are you doing? And Keyboard said a banquet Salisbury steak meal. Is that what you had for dinner, or is that what you're telling me to I should make? Mm-mm. You know the best thing about having a cooking channel is I have leftovers, but what I do with my leftovers, because if I keep all these leftovers for myself, I'm not going to be able to continue to cook for you guys. So what I do is I'll give them to my sisters, my uncle. Like when I call him, he be like, I'm on the way. He'll be here in like 20 minutes. I'm like, I love when I call my uncle because he comes and picks up the food that same day. Like he is not playing. He be like, I'm on the way. And I just know like he doesn't like pork, but he eats everything else. And Keyboard said we make two of those. I have not had that banquet Salisbury steak meal in so long. Ooh, Fia said I had coconut curry chicken for dinner. That sounds good. That sounds good. Keep this said so beautiful, so elegant, just looking like a wild love from India. Yes, you know what? Like I said, the people that I've met so far from India have been so supportive. And my food group, Chef Big Bang Foodiegang fan page on Facebook, a lot of the content creators are not a lot of them, but there are, well, there's a lot of content creators from India on Facebook, and the ones in my group, they are so sweet. They always share their food. They comment on my content. They're just very nice people, so supportive. And so I really appreciate that, especially if you live in America, you already know how people live. I ain't even gonna talk about nobody. Keyboard, I don't know what you talking about. But y'all hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, become a member. Keep the stove on and send a super chat. Shout out to the sponsor of the show, Slick, and Dem Hawk for coming through with the $2. What I'd like to do for the sponsors of the show, what I will do is I will upload like a piece of content and it'll be like a shout out. I give you guys a shout out on my community tab just to show my appreciation. Ooh, Ghost ain't telling no lies down here in this comment section or in the chat. He said banquet Salisbury steak is good with mash and corn. Helped me through tough times. Y'all know I grew up humble beginnings. I think that's why I'm so humble. Um, we always ate top ramen, TV dinners. We would get the banquet, the Salisbury steak. Ooh, y'all ever had the potato bake with the cheese sauce and the breadcrumbs on top? That one is good. So yeah, I used to always eat TV dinners. All right, all right, all right. Okay, so let me tell y'all. You're gonna be in the chat. Be respectful. Be on your best behavior. Do not be spamming the chat. Okay. If you want your comment to be read without a doubt, then you know what you got to do. You got to support the channel. You got to send some money with it. If your comment is that serious, but you cannot be spamming the chat. It's not necessary. It's like I'm gonna get to you when I get to you. And if it's that serious, you know what you gotta do? You gotta send it with the super chat to make sure that your comment gets read. And but when you type like three letters repeatedly, okay, that's too much. It's too much. Unnecessary. But y'all, um, I just made these stuffed bell peppers, so I haven't had time to put the recipe on there. I'm gonna put the recipe on there. I'm not lying. In the morning, we're gonna be having our Saturday Foodie Gang breakfast on Sunday. We're gonna be making a smoothie bowl this weekend. And then after that, or later on, we're gonna have the Foodie Gang food panel here, and we're gonna talk about this. Have you guys heard of the 3 second rule? Have y'all heard of the 3 second rule? Or was that just me? Did y'all hear? Have y'all heard of the 3 second rule? Let me know. Let me know, Foodie Gang, if you know about the 3 second rule. You know nothing I love about stuffed bell peppers. They're so filling, you know? So filling. And it's healthy for you. It's like a vegetable. And I feel like many times we don't eat enough vegetables. So, yes, yes, Hawk. That's what I'm talking about. So, Hawk know about that 3 second rule. And Hawk said, what? Like if you fall on the floor? Yes, okay. So, the 3 second rule is this: if your food falls on the floor, you have 3 seconds to pick it up. I've also heard of the 5 second rule. So tomorrow during the Foodie Gang food panel, we're gonna talk about the 3 second rule, and we're gonna see how everybody feels about it. And then we're also gonna talk about food and kitchen hygiene. We're gonna talk about that because if you go out to eat and your server has dirty hands, they got a bunch of dirt under their fingernails. Are you gonna want to eat that food or not? So, yeah, I don't know how I be thinking about this, but one time, this is all allegedly. I don't know what that man was going through. I don't know, but this is what I seen as a customer. Okay, so y'all, I went to IHOP. Right, the server comes to the table. They hand us our water. A foodie gang. Tell me why. This man's hands were dirty. There was dirt under his nails. And he was our server. Like the disrespect I felt. For you to come out here and be a server and you got dirty nails. So we're gonna talk about it in the Foodie Gang food panel. We're gonna see what everybody else what their thoughts are, if they ever experienced that. But yes, y'all, we're gonna talk about the 3 second rule, if it's true or not, how everybody feels about it. And Hawk said, I'm gonna ask them to put gloves on. But my thing is this: why are you allowing people to work here and be servers who have dirty fingernails? And how are you working in the kitchen? You got dirty fingernails. Like, what is going on here? And I think we ended up leaving because this bad service. I think he like didn't come back for a while. You can tell the kitchen was having some problems. I don't know. But if y'all go out to eat somewhere and the server comes to the table and he got dirty fingernails, are you eating? And I said he, but it could be a woman too. I don't want y'all trying to get me. And Fia said, how in the world did management not catch that? I don't know. And honestly, at that point in time, I was like, y'all don't care. You don't care. If you're a server, I'm telling y'all, I got red fingernails on, but I wish I could show y'all my nails so I could really point to where the dirt was at. Every fingernail was dirty. It looked like this man was like digging through the trash or something, or digging in the dirt. I don't know. And then it's like, well, when's the last time you washed your hands? It just make you think. Y'all, have y'all ever experienced that when y'all went out to eat? And Hawk said, I would have asked for someone else. You know, when I go out to eat and I see something like that, then I just question everything. I'm like, well, is everybody washing their hands? How dirty is the kitchen? You know, does anybody care? Does anybody give a damn here? So I just question everything at that point in time. I don't even think I want another server. I think I'm leaving. But y'all, every fingernail was dirty. Oh my goodness. And when I worked in the kitchen, not every cook is clean. Not everyone washes their hands. Some people feel like because they have gloves on, they don't have to wash their hands. They can just change their gloves. I'm not saying don't go out to eat, but what I'm saying is that when you do go out to eat, look for these things. Listen to my voice. If you eat somewhere and they have dirty hands, pray over your food. Hawk said nails shouldn't even be that long in the kitchen. No, and it was a man, and they weren't that long. He used to have so much dirt on them, I couldn't not notice them. Fia said, I would say, no, I'm sorry, and pick my belongings up and head it out. And head out. If they have the nerve to ask why, I'll look at your hands. That's why. But y'all, if his hands are that dirty, I'm scared to see the kitchen. And this is all my opinion. I don't know what that man was going through, but first of all, Denmark said, "Oh, his damn booty." Yes. So I want to know how important is food and kitchen hygiene? Like, how important is it? Um, I was a clean cook. Y'all be seeing me when I be cooking. I be cleaning up, but everybody ain't like that. Some people, when they cook, they tear the kitchen up. But y'all, his nails was dirty, and I feel like you know how in the movies when there's like a moment and there's like the scene like slows down and music plays. I feel like that was one of those music playing moments. I feel like I feel like everything just stopped and all I could see was his hands. And Afia said it's super important. That's how we catch ish. And I'll be telling y'all these stories so that these are things that you guys can look for when you go out to eat. Um, look at the hands. Look at how the kitchen looks. If you can see the kitchen, look at the staff. If the staff looks dirty and unkept, in my opinion, they don't even care. There's like, and what I didn't get, it's like working in the kitchen. The rule was as soon as you walk in the kitchen, you wash your hands. If you are a smoker, after you smoke, you wash your hands. His hands, in my opinion, this is all legit. Because he probably washed his hands before, I don't know. But it looked like his hands hadn't been washed in 2 days. And Hawk said, I rarely go out to eat. I love to cook my own food. Yes, I don't go out to eat much. And one thing I have noticed about me is like when I do go out to eat, I go to the same restaurants. I go to the same places. And I think that's because when I go to other places and I get bad service, I be mad at myself. Like, why did I even come here? This ain't even on the list. Waste my damn money. And everybody want to sit. Everybody want to sit, whether they earn it or not. Being said, I like to go out to eat because I cook 24/7. So once in a blue moon, I like to eat out. But you always taking the chance eating out. And I think that's why, like, when I do go out to eat, I go to my same places. But What I have started doing now is ordering different things off of the menu because I'm not the type of person where I'll order the same thing. But I've been trying to order different things so that I can take pictures and share it with you guys. And Hawk said that's probably why COVID was so crazy. I've seen plenty of women leave the bathroom without washing their hands. Y'all, oh my goodness, that's gonna have to be a whole nother episode. Oh, oh my goodness. You know what we should do? We should do this. Should you wash your hands when you enter the kitchen and when you come from the bathroom? And when you go out to eat, you'll notice that the business owners have a sign posted on the door that employees must wash their hands. Why do they need that sign though? That should be common sense to wash your hands after you use the damn bathroom. I don't get it. Like, who raised y'all? Y'all don't wash our hands after you. I used to have this friend that did not wash her hands. And I ain't gonna say no names, so I ain't gonna talk about nobody like that. But she didn't wash her hands after she used the bathroom. And I was like, if you don't wash your hands after you use the bathroom, at what point in the day do you wash your hands? See, this is why I say when I see somebody, I'm like, I question everything. I be like, okay, you didn't wash your hands that time, so when do you wash them? You got to be a nasty mofo. Yeah. Yes. Okay, so Fia said, "What's your favorite type of food?" I recently Thai and Vietnamese. I really love Mexican food, but I do like Thai food. I love pad Thai. I love Asian food. I would say Asian food and Mexican food are my favorite. I know you guys were thinking I was gonna say soul food, but think about this. I grew up eating soul food. My mom was from the South, and my dad cooked everything, and he also was a cook himself. So I grew up eating soul food. So for me, soul food is not something like, you know, different, because I'm kind of used to it. And I feel like I've eaten too much of it. But when I lived in Oregon, I didn't even like Mexican food until I moved to Oregon. Once I moved to Oregon, I fell in love with rice and beans, the enchiladas, the tacos, the taco trucks. And that's why Liliana, are you still in here? Liliana, also known as Familia, she's one of the moderators on this channel, but she's also a food content creator, and she be making like tacos. She be making her rice, but I think that's why I'm like drawn to her cooking, because it reminds me of the Mexican food trucks. And she also makes a lot of other stuff, but she's a great food content creator. But when I watch her videos, she have her tacos, her salsa. It just reminds me so much of the Mexican, or the taco trucks in Oregon, and that's why I love watching her content. Cause it like takes me back, and that's what good food should do. It should like bring up a memory. And Hawk said, "How fix your makeup with pissy hands?" I don't know. But y'all, we gonna talk about the 3 second rule. We gonna talk about food and kitchen hygiene. And it's sad that we even have to talk about it. But we need to when we do. Um, we gotta talk about it. And Fia said you will never really know what someone did with their hands, and they all touch in our food. Yes, y'all. So when the server comes to the table with dirty hands, I just feel it's disrespectful. Like, you're saying in my face, you don't care. And you either gonna eat here or you not. I just felt it was disrespectful. And he probably, I don't know what he was thinking, what was going through his mind. I don't know. And Fiesta, I was thinking soul food. I thought you would have said Italian. I do love spaghetti. I love pasta. But there again, when I worked in the restaurant industry, we did so much pasta. It's like making my head hurt. We did a lot of pasta because pasta is inexpensive and you can make a lot of it. Um, we did a lot of pasta. I think they pasted me out. And honestly, I never knew about all these different types of pasta until I worked in the food service industry. They got all type bow tie, cappatopi. I'm probably not saying it right. Penne, fettuccine. So that's why I didn't say Italian. I'm tired of them. And Hawk said embarrassing. Yes. I feel like this. When you guys come to 907 Good Eats, I take pride in my food. Like, I really care about the food I give you guys. I care about the recipes. But when you come out here with dirty hands and you're a server, it's just like you just don't care. You don't care. But I will say this, y'all. Be careful out here when you go out to eat. I'm not saying don't go out to eat, but there's just things to watch for. Everyone's underpaid and overworked these days, so just But Foodie Gang, I want to shout out to Slick, the sponsor of the show. And thank you so much, Hawk, for coming through to both of the live streams. She was here when I made the bell peppers and when I had to rush off of the live stream. And she's here now while I'm reviewing the quinoa stuffed bell peppers, and also supporting the platform. Thank you so much. Um, Thank you so much. And Fia said, there's this chef who makes the most delicious food. If I had his skills, I'd never eat out. Have you seen Cedric Lorenzen's YouTube? That name sounds familiar. That name sounds familiar. I'll have to check it out. And the thing I love about these videos, they're here forever, and so is the live chat. So sometimes when I'll be putting in like time cards or the steps, I'll see the live chat. I'm like, oh yeah, that person said this. I have to check them out, but there's a lot of great food content creators in the world, and on YouTube. And like we talked about, going out to eat is fine. Nothing wrong with that. But I want you guys to know how to prepare a meal at home so that if you have to, you're able to cook at home. And cooking is a lot of fun and can be fun. Do not be stressed out. I burnt a lot of food in the beginning. I messed up a lot of sauces, overcooked a lot of stuff. So just take it as a learning experience. And Hawk said, you're very welcoming, my dear. Okay, I got to get up out of here. We've been up here for an hour just talking and chatting, Foodie Gang. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on putting that recipe, and I'm going to try to put time cards into the video, or time codes into the video. So I'm going to work on that. I am also going to set up the live stream for tomorrow morning. I got to clean up my cakes. I got a lot to do, Foodie Gang. And be said, have a good night, girl. Yes, I'll see you guys here back in the morning for the Saturday Foodie Gang breakfast on Sunday this week. So I'll see you guys back in the morning. But have a good night or good morning, depending on where you're watching from. Shout out to Slick for being the sponsor of the show. Shout out to Hawk for also contributing to the show. And shout out to Sad for becoming a member. You guys join the channel for exclusive content, sneak peeks, emojis, loyalty badges, and so much more. But I am your host, and this is Kitchen Talk with Chef Big Bang. And I will see you guys in the next one. Comment down below and let me know what your favorite color of bell pepper is. Let me know. See y'all next time.